4 o'clock this morning, so you'll have to bear with me. So welcome to those who are here. Remember to hit that like button. Guess I don't have to hear that music no more. CJ Styles is here. Welcome. Give a few minutes, let everybody come in. Hopefully everybody's got, I don't know how many people got in here so far. 4 people so far. I know I changed the time up coming back from hunting, and it's a 2.5 hour ride. So instead of me speeding and trying to run everybody off the road, thought I would take my time and try to get here. And I don't know why this thing keeps tearing the way it does. Actually, y'all can see it fine. And it's crazy. I got to put all these disclaimers in here now, as if people don't know that somebody with a YouTube page actually owns tokens. I'm trying to figure out why it starts tearing in half on this scrolling message, my scrolling troll message. Let's see. Okay, I got a vertical on. All right. Might center that out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody, please make sure you hit the like button to let all the haters know that y'all weren't forced here at gunpoint, or I didn't bribe y'all with alcohol or something like that. GeoNet's pumping. Boy, y'all, look, I even made like a little agenda to make sure I go over stuff, and y'all gonna throw me off already. Haven't even started yet. Welcome to everybody who's come, who's here so far. 8 people. I'm gonna give it another minute or two, let a few more people roll in. So I appreciate everybody who's here so far. Thursday Night Live. There's a lot of stuff going on. I had a 2.5 hour ride back from the hunting lease today, and I've been trying to catch up on crypto stuff, because while I'm at the hunting lease, the internet there is horrible, and I can barely keep up with, say, like Discord or Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And seems like there's all kinds of stuff going around. FOMO. So that's one of the first things I'm going to look at is, despite how you might feel about the man, I know and I'm not going to make this a political thing in here. The election's over with, so we're not going to talk politics at all no more. Despite how you feel the man, if you think he's the greatest thing that's ever happened to this country, or you think he's a felon, or whatever you want to say, that y'all cannot deny the Trump effect. Since the election, look, I don't care who got elected. If Mickey Mouse got elected and bumped Bitcoin the way it did, that's when it really started moving. You have to give that credit. It starts going stale a little bit. We get some bad job reports a little bit. Bitcoin starts falling. People start going to mass panic. And then he starts talking today about I'm trying to figure out why I can't get this screen. I hate lives. I hate lives because I have so much more time to set up windows and stuff like that when I'm doing a video. So, all right, here we go. So this is the 1-day chart right now with Bitcoin, and you can't deny that. And I told everybody when we hit this again, expect people to take profits. It was beginning of the year. We know when we hit this number, people start taking profits. I said 88,000. I kept saying 88,000. And Grumpy's number was really close. It was at 89,000. Didn't stay long. This is the 1 hour chart. But all of a sudden, you got Trump now talking about not only does he want a Bitcoin reserve, he wants an XRP reserve. And then I'm hearing in the video recently, it's going to be a XRP, basically your main token. Now, it ain't going to be just Bitcoin. It's going to be like your main heavy hitters. XRP, Cardano, ADA, Solana. And what's happening? You back to 100,000. You know, you look at even Ethereum. Ethereum's had a nice candle here at the end. It had a nice little pump. You look at Solana. Again, I guess I need to do another scrolling thing that should always tell everybody, because if y'all missed my video, I kind of somewhat apologize. I probably should have took 24 hours before. I gotta learn that when I get upset over something going on in Discord, I need to take maybe a 24-hour sleep break before I come and do a video. Y'all know I try to be as honest as possible. Y'all know there's times I'm wrong, and I'll tell you I'm wrong. But when I get called out in a Discord, people don't even really know me, and it's Grumpy lies about this, Grumpy did this and this, I'm going to defend myself. And the city didn't say that I'm only here to shill tokens and make y'all use my codes and stuff like that. So, I guess I need to put disclaimers about everything. I got enough disclaimers now, as you can see, but apparently I need more, because I need to put one that says none of this is financial advice. Y'all are all adults. You can't go out there and buy every token a YouTuber says, but if you lose money, it's the YouTuber's fault. So I'm going to say again, this is just telling y'all what I'm doing. But I kind of told y'all when Solana was down here, especially when it hit under this 180 level, I was buying. I was DCAing back into it, and you're back at this 214 level. Look at Cardano. I was buying Cardano when I told you when it went under $1 and it was in this 90-cent range, that it might be a good idea to look at DCAing into some of it. XRP. I don't know what it is about XRP. If there's anybody here in the XRP army, I love XRP. If there's nobody here from the XRP army, I wish it would go away. I just don't know what it is about XRP. It just gives me a icky feeling. I just find it to be an old token, and it's supposed to be the token of banks for the last 5-6 years. And I think it's more or less, I was just sick of the FUD of, I was just sick of the FUD. I'm getting that error. Can y'all still hear me? Somebody tell me if y'all can hear me or not, because this is saying that there's an error on YouTube. Can y'all still hear me? Hello? There's a hell of a delay from what I'm talking and what I'm seeing on the YouTube screen. So I'm waiting on the chat to see if y'all can hear me or not. Okay, good. Somebody said yes. All right, so I'm going to keep going. Even though OBS is telling me that there's a YouTube error with no audio, I'm going to keep going. So where was I at? Oh, XRP. I think what bothers me with XRP is some of just the stupid numbers. And people forget about something called market cap. And yeah, y'all see what I was looking at, huh? I guess I kind of gave that up. But you have people out here. My sister calls me today because she's a little bit into crypto. She buys some of the, I got in some of the safer stuff, the Cardanos and the Solanas and the Atom and a little bit of Bitcoin, just, AVAX and stuff like that, VET. And she's like, people tell me about XRP. It's supposed to be going to $10 soon. And I'm like, you have to look at this. Oh, then it's also they're telling her it's flipping Ethereum. Listen, it had a great run. It's still going to have a great run. But even if it goes up to XRP, goes to $5 or $6, you're not doubling your money. And even if it doubles, you're still not going to beat Ethereum unless Ethereum goes down some. So, hey, for those who got into XRP, it was at 50 and 60 cents for the longest time. You're doing very well right now. But we have to be realistic. Can it still go up? Absolutely. Absolutely can go up, especially with this hype about it. People FOMOing into it. And you got Trump mentioning XRP and stuff like that. It's going to go up. But, if you want a safe bet, then sure. Some of us are into making a little bit more than 1.5 of our money. Tell me what y'all think. If y'all think Solana is going to go up to $589, or like somebody said, I heard somebody one time tell me $50 or $40. You have to do this thing called market cap. You have to look at this market cap, circulate and supply, and figure that even if it doubles its market cap right now, doubles its market, goes to 660, you're looking at $380,000. I just, can it happen? But look, it went up 44% in 7 days. So y'all know it's about to happen. It has nothing against XRP. Again, if y'all in XRP, congratulations. But everybody who's in this chat should know, if y'all have been in crypto for longer than 3 months, y'all know that when y'all see this huge number right here go up 44% in 30 days, those people who took 40, 50, 60 cents are going to start taking profit at some point. I think it's hilarious that all these people getting so hyped up because Trump says he's going to make an exchange with this and this, or reserve with this and this. He can say whatever he wants. He's not saying it's happening. Do I think he wants to do some type of Bitcoin reserve like he originally talked about in only Bitcoin? Absolutely. Does he want to add some of these other tokens to him? I don't know. But people, I think, you just need to kind of remember that. But hey, either way, it's helping these prices. Solana, 214. So this is the highest that Solana has been since January 7th. It's been 10 days. So, that's good. Cardano, same thing. XRP, Peak has come down some. And I'm telling you right now, anything that I get, and you can't really see it because of my fat head in the way, but anything extra I get, some of my IoT lately and stuff like that, with Peak being, especially when Peak was down here with 41 cents, I took money straight out my checking account using crypto.com app and straight up bought more Peak when it was down here. Because my average buy-in that's up here is now down here. We despite how you might feel about Peak or anything like that, there's a lot of projects that are gonna be running on it. You have to remember that. It's Luna Classic. I keep hearing about all these people burning Luna and that kind of stuff like that. I've been in the woods, so I haven't really checked on entropy lately, or entropy, as I like to call it. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I know people get upset when the snakes cheat and all that stuff like that, but Grumpy using Jupe or whatever it is, exchange, whatever you want to call it, but using Jupe, I have buys set up down here. This 12, I got some set up at 11. So if you get some whale that drops this like this, just y'all don't need to panic, because Grumpy's sucking it up. So, and I know, talking to my boys that are in, and I know some of them are in here, but I know, because they're the ones that told me, because I asked them how to do it. They were sniping it up so fast, and they told me how to set up those buys that, I know that if it drops down that underneath 12, like I said, I got one set up right above 12, another one right below 12, and like another big one like at 11 something, just in case it just crashes down. Somebody goes and sells 1,000. But from what I understand, I don't analyze all that stuff, but a lot of the big whales, big snakes, whatever you want to call them, in entropy, have sold. So you don't have, from what I understand, or what I think, you might not have these. And these big whales that, or I don't even want to call them whales, these big snakes, whatever, that sold these gigantic amounts, they could be waiting a year before they burn enough to sell that again. So if anybody's in the chat from entropy that can confirm some of that, I know we've talked about it several times, go for it. Take it over. So B13SR, if he's still in here, backs me up and says, Soarchain rewards suck now. I'm a truck driver. Listen, I just drove almost 3 hours. By the time we figure I stopped for gas and stopped for lunch and probably stopped for 2 more lunches because I'm a fat ass and I eat too much. I had to get snacks and stuff like that. I don't want to lie to y'all. So what was Soarchain at when I clicked on this? Soarchain was at 0.1786. So if I can find my trusty calculator on here, because I don't want to lie to nobody, because you know somebody's going to call me out being a liar. 1786 times 3 hours. So that was 30 tokens, give or take. So I made 52 cents on my 3-hour drive. And you're not supposed to complain about that. And that's what I want people to understand is I don't think Soarchain, you know, first of all, you're not going to sit there and call anybody gaming or gamers or whatever you want to call it, scammers, like that word was used, because you were connected while you're parking, because they still allow it. It ain't gaming if they allow it. It ain't gaming if they still pay you for parking. What my thing is, if they're not going to give you tokens, decent amount of tokens for being parked anymore, they're going to have to increase the driving amounts. Now, talking to one of the mods, when I talked to him, you know, he says they got ideas for, instead of just blanketly increasing the rewards while driving, they're going to have different programs, a V2V thing where somehow it's going to be vehicle to vehicle. And if you come across, I'm just assuming on this, you come across another vehicle, it gives you rewards, like a challenge type thing. But again, if I'm the only one down here in South Louisiana with a Soarchain, I'll never see that. You know, I'm not staking it because I'm a whiny baby, and I can admit that. I don't like how they handle the validators that were there through testnet, because I know how they were handled. When they went to mainnet, they were basically, I'll say blacked out, meaning they were not given any information. And when they kept asking Soarchain information on what are we supposed to be doing with our validators, it was get with us after test, get with us after mainnet, get with us after mainnet. Then all of a sudden Soarchain comes out with its own staking, and they keep telling those validators, yeah, we're going to let you in at some point. We'll let you back in at some point. And they haven't. So just out of spite, I'm not going to support Soarchain's validators. Again, if that's being childish. Okay. You got me. So let's see what else. GeoNet has been pumping. Oh yeah, I want to check that. GeoNet is up 33% in a week. GeoNet's pumping. Who is buying GeoNet? I'm not buying GeoNet, but I'm mining it every day. And when my new Wingbits GeoNet miner, just so I can irritate, what's his name? My new Wingbits GeoNet miner that you can get with this code with Grumpy and save 10%. You know, because that's illegal or something. But anyway, when mine comes in, I'll be making more GeoNet because I'll be having another GeoNet device. There'll be 2 GeoNet devices I have. But hey, it's had a nice pump up. So good call by Kyle Coffee for pointing that out. If I had a candy cane, I'd give it to him, because I would say I'm too poor to give, but I'm not allowed to say that no more either, apparently. So what else? Blair's still waiting for his Hive mapper. Come on, man. You were supposed to hang out with the cool kids and cancel yours. Make a statement like everybody else. No, I'm just joking. Y'all don't have to follow me on that one. I canceled it back in November. I started writing on the wall. And it's not that I don't like, I've said this many, many times. If people who've come here several times who have heard this before, just because I like a project or I think a project's going to succeed doesn't mean the mining side of it is good. Or they have some projects out there that the project is pure crud, but the mining side makes you pretty good. Hive Mapper is still a project that seems to be viable and seems like it's going to be good. If you call it the mining side, the mapping side, the camera side of it is going to pure crap. And people are still waiting on their bees, even though some people are saying they got them so far. I don't know if they posted pictures or not, but somebody was asking for pictures, and I don't know if they ever posted pictures. I have not been in that Discord since my last Monday update video, but people were asking for them. But I'm just going to say that. But you knew, because it was discussed in there, that there's a whole bunch of fleets waiting for their bees, cameras. And it doesn't take an Einstein to figure out what's going to happen with all these bees, even though they get a little bit more rewards, when all these bees get issued out there, set up, and making all that honey. $0.07. Holding steady at 7 cents since for the last week. Down 18% in the month. 8 cents to 7 cents wasn't too bad. This hurts. Down 76% in a year. I bet some people wish they took profits. So I don't know. You know, I canceled mine. Took that money and bought Christmas gifts. I'd like to sit there and say I put it into crypto. I put some of it in crypto. Don't be wrong. I bought crypto and put it in there. But so Soarchain screwed the validators. That is what I'm being told by previous validators. Straight from their mouth, not hearsay. But they're holding out hope because what else can they do? They're holding out hope that they're allowed a piece of that. To me, they supported that project while they were allowed in. I mean, while they needed it in testnet, and now they're left out in the cold. Don't quote me on this, because I hate to say hearsay when I don't know for a fact, but I'm almost sure either they had people or the validators or somebody was still waiting to get rewards back, or they were still owed rewards or something to that effect. Again, I don't know let me rephrase that. I know for a fact that I had somebody say that, what I just said. Now, whether or not I didn't hear that from an actual validator that they were still waiting on their rewards or something to get there. But this is what somebody in the Discord, when I brought up, hey, what's going on with validators? I've asked that question 3 or 4 times over the past 2 weeks, and mum's the word. They won't even answer my question. And then somebody else came and said, yeah, there's validators who are still waiting on their rewards that they should have gotten. They didn't get all their rewards yet. So again, I didn't hear that from them. I'm not just here just to knock Soarchain. I still ran Soarchain. Like I said, I just came back from a 3-hour drive. Might go back hunting this weekend, so a 3-hour drive back up. I'm gonna run my Soarchain. Same thing with Nadix. I think Nadix has totally screwed people with the way they're running things right now. I'm still gonna run it on long drives. I'm not stupid. I just don't like the direction it's going in, and I hope it gets fixed. Who Fought It says, how about people buying Soarchain knowing they get full reward not driving? Listen, I think that's why I also got so irritated the other night when I get called some things I called, because I was one of them. You know, I was telling people that I did videos. This is what we're making right now. It was a current video. Oh, excuse me. It was a current video that I make that says right now Soarchain is making me $4 a day. And that's not even staying connected. I know people who took their phones. That's going to work great. Took their phones, hooked a USB power bank to it, and left their phone in their car overnight. I didn't even do that. Me, when I walked in my house, in some parts of my house, it stayed connected. I'm sorry. I said this in the Discord. I'm sorry that when I get to my house and walk inside, I don't go into the app and turn it off. Now, when I get on this side, like where I'm at now, the phone didn't stay connected. But somehow I'm still gaming. But either way, I was making whatever I was making, $4, $6, $7 a day. I did videos for that. I'm telling people, hey, you can get into this. This is a project you can still get into. And even though the device is $80 or whatever it is with my discount code, you can ROI in 20 days. And now I feel horrible because that ain't accurate. Now, I'll still defend myself saying it was accurate when I made that video. But, you know, in Soarchain's defense, they're going to sit there and say, well, we did an AMA, even though it was at a non-opportune time for people to watch it. That was the only place it was mentioned that, hey, on this date or in this upcoming time frame, we're going to stop paying for parked vehicles. Or they didn't stop paying. We're going to pay you 0.1 token per hour or something like that. Yet it was never in the Discord. They had announcements about all kinds of stupid stuff and couldn't put that announcement because they knew that this was going to be the backlash. But they still had the fallback to say, we told y'all in one AMA. So technically they tell us, yes. It was never repeated again, but yes. Blair sold his Geo to buy snowmobile parts. What's a snowmobile? We're supposed to have snow next week here, and they don't even know for sure. They're calling for half to 1 inch here at my house, a little bit north of me in Louisiana. They're calling for oh, look at actually give me $10. Actually knows I'm upset with him because I'm about to take the news on Wingbits. So just give me 1 second. But they're calling for at my hunting lease 5 inches of snow, and people are losing their mind. They are literally preparing for snow, for an inch of snow around here, like they are for a hurricane. You got people testing generators out, people going hoard bread and toilet paper and water. People don't drink water around here year round until a hurricane comes. And when there's a hurricane coming, you can't find a case of water and like, what are you doing with all that? You don't drink water any other time. But these people right now are in mass panic. You got businesses already announcing this ain't supposed to be till Tuesday or Wednesday we're getting this snow. And they're already announcing that they're probably going to be closed for a half inch of snow. We're just not built for it. It's supposed to be 20 something degrees. People are in mass panic. We don't have clothes like that. So I haven't seen snow since about 2 years ago. I went to Gatlinburg and there's a little bit of snow. But in Louisiana, it's been 6-7 years since it snowed. We're about to lose. We're going to lose our minds over here. So snowmobile. I've seen the snowmobile in pictures when I used to go to AMSOIL conferences and training in Duluth, Minnesota. And I made an order with AMSOIL last week, and the girl on the phone told me it was -10 before the wind chill. And I'm like, oh my God. So I can't. Blair wants to know what's up with Oreo these days. They have rebranded DFly. He told everybody he was shutting DFly down. They put a little bit of liquidity in their token. Told some people to get it out. Some people did. Some people waited. Look, I could have taken. I had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of fly, and I could have killed the liquidity all by myself, but I didn't. I was telling people get the money out. I was giving them an opportunity. I sold about half of my fly. Got about $1,000 out of it. I had people telling me that I was an idiot. Dude, you deserve it. Take the fly. I'll take the fly. And I'm not built like that. Even though I get accused of being built like that in the Discord, I didn't want to bring all this up into that video, but I didn't. I went on Twitter. I told some people that I knew that were in DFly with me. Hey, if you have any of this fly token, some of them didn't even know if they had it because they've been out so long. Go right now to MetaMask or Uniswap and cash it out. It was worth a penny, 2 pennies. And some people got that. Some people got out. Then next thing you know, I get another $100 out. And next thing you know, DFly's finally got volume moving through it, what they've been always trying to get, and the token's moving. And they actually had some pretty decent volume going through it. Then they go kill the liquidity and take all the liquidity out. And I'm Grumpy still stuck with 90,000 fly. But that's just how I am. I could have cashed it all out. I gave other people the opportunity to do it. But I'm the evil person. They have rebranded themselves as DFLX or something, which is supposed to be some kind of CFI NFT type thing. Basically, it's a straight Ponzi at this point. You buy a NFT for $550, and then they guarantee you a payment of $1,100 every month. And yet they're pushing more NFTs. So how do you think that's sustainable? Now, they're saying they're being absorbed by their parent company. They're telling everybody they're getting out of the crypto business. But yet that's still going on. So, I don't know. I don't even go check their Discord anymore. I don't know and I don't care. I'm done with it. I've said, if I can get my $1,600 back of what I paid for host devices, I would never talk to them about it again. I got 1,000 back, a little more than 1,000 back. I'm done with it. I don't care. They got too many positive projects that we know who the teams are, who are docs and everything like that, that we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Stock up on toilet paper. 5 inches of snow in Louisiana. Jay Styles, I got to see it. I have to see it. Like, it ain't happening. They can say it's happening, but it ain't happening. Wingbits. Let's talk about Wingbits real quick. Big news. If you haven't seen it, some people might consider bad news. You know me, I'm always positive in life. I'm gonna try to spin it positive. So Wingbits was getting close to shipping their actual devices. We're not talking about the geosigners. We're talking about their actual devices. If you saw the announcements in the Wingbits Discord, see if I can find it so I don't want to paraphrase. I don't want to paraphrase anything or say anything wrong, but Robin came out and made an announcement about Wingbits, basically saying a HiFix station. Remember, HiFix is the one who's making them for Wingbits. Wingbits did not make them. They kind of just said what they wanted to do. HiFix came up with them. But basically, production's been well underway, but they have been rigorously testing the hardware, which I think is a good thing. Because I've told you before, I had helium devices I bought. Sense caps work great. Rock pies ain't worth the metal they built with. Yet technically it's supposed to be the same thing. My rock pies never witnessed correctly, never sent beacons correctly. They could never be fixed. And I own 6 or 7 of them. I know people who've owned them. And look, they're so bad that even when I stripped them of helium stuff and made them into Wingbits devices, if you ask Axie or Mike, or you ask Max, the only stations I have problems with that won't stay up, that have to put basically a 6-hour cron job on the reboot, are my rock pies. So they didn't pass their testing. Going back to what we're supposed to be talking about here. So Wingbits found an issue. Oh, I'm sorry, HiFix during it, or somebody during their, it says right here, HiFix identified an issue where a coupler was producing too much noise, confirmed a hardware adjustment will resolve it. Together, they took the tough decision to delay shipping in order to ensure maximum quality for the final product. Look, guys, I can't wait to get my hands on mine. But just with the story I just told you, my long-winded story about helium, to a point of this excites me because that tells you, can you imagine if they rush these out? Hey, we already had geosigners delayed, and we don't want to have our stations delayed also. We need to ship them out. If they would have made that decision and we all had these issues with witnesses or with, not witnesses, but getting messages from ADSB and stuff like that, we had some kind of issue with noise and we had to fix it with couplers ourselves. Do you realize the backlash that would have been going on? So just because this is delayed a little bit, I have no issue with that, because they even said, besides removing the coupler, HiFix will now also install a high-end LNA to the device. This piece is quite pricey, but HiFix will absorb the cost of the added components. So now we're getting, because of this delay, we're getting an upgraded LNA, which is basically your amplifier that's inside of it, which I think is a great thing. So again, I know some of us ain't going to be happy with the fact that our devices from Wingbits are delayed, but they gave another thing is they have a delay to the Chinese New Year. The adjustment requires more time than we had before the Chinese New Year. Factories paused for 2 weeks. Well, first of all, China gets 2 weeks off for New Year's. I got 2 days off, and that was it. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. They got 2 weeks off, but I know they take their Chinese New Year very seriously. But now there's a new timeline. Shipping is expected to begin the end of February. So we've been delayed 3 or 4 weeks. But again, we know they're going through this rigorous testing, and we're now getting an upgraded LNA device into it, which should help us out. It is what it is, and actually says they had a stage. They had a stage today. Again, I was hunting, so I couldn't listen to it because I have no service. I'm up there. But Mike from GeoNet did a stage with the Wingbits guys. I think Axie was in that, handled all that. And that should be going up soon if anybody wants to watch that. But I mean, this is for the Wingbits devices itself, the WB200s and the MGW310s. So Anybody also, if you have reserved hexes, no one will face any issues and everyone will have a minimum 60-day additional extension from the date when the devices ship out. So while delays are never ideal, this adjustment ensures better performance, a high quality data for the network, benefiting everyone. And this was yesterday. We will host a live AMA on the Wingbits Discord together with GeoNet tomorrow. That was this morning, I think at 10 a.m. my time. So again, I'm sure not everybody's happy with that. But again, yes, it's delayed for 4 weeks. You know, with me, I guess I might be selfish in this, but I mean, I already got 14 stations making my Geo. And yes, I can't wait to get my hands on my device, do an unboxing for y'all, see how this thing looks in my hands and how the setup's going to be. People have questions about the cable on it and stuff like that. I'm hoping to be able to do a full how-to video. You'll know that's how I cut my teeth, and that's the videos I like to do. And I can't wait to get my hands on it. But again, I'm happy that they are doing their testing and getting this stuff figured out now. Now, for the good news, for the really good news on this, the Geo signers have begun to ship. Remember, it was a first in, first out type system. So, or shipping. People who ordered, and me, I was lazy and procrastinated, so I knew I wouldn't be part of the first bunch. You know, I was telling y'all that, hey, go online and sign up for your Geo signer if you were in one of the original grandfather stations. And I still waited 2 weeks to do mine. But people who were originally, some of the original people who signed up for Geo signers first have begun getting tracking numbers that their devices have shipped out. So again, while we might be upset over the stations not going out, we now know that the Geo signers are being shipped. Now, Jay Styles is worried about his boxes. I do have outdoor boxes myself. They are going to be a little tight fit. Again, at the very least, it is coming with a USB extension so that, you know, you'll be able to, like I showed y'all last week. This is my device I just took down that, I think I showed y'all this the other day, but this is a Wingbits device. It used to be a helium device, but a Wingbits device that I had to take down from a host. It actually just quit working. I'm putting Bit Harvest on it and then redeploying it back out there. I don't know what it is. I have like 4 different Wingbit stations offline right now, between one of my buddies and like 2 or 3 of mine. And I need to get back to it before I lose my 75% uptime. But my point is, you'll have this extension now that you can take your Geo signer, if we pretend it's my Geo signer. So it will be a little flexible, at least, that you can, you know, turn a particular way if you have to. And then off the side, or front, top side, whatever you want to call it, you will see your SMA connector for the satellite. And then I have to figure out how to get my satellite out. So at the very least, you know, it won't be at least sticking out like this, making it twice as long. But, you know, again, my other deal is that while this device has 4, I had another device here somewhere that only has 2 USBs on it. So I have to get a USB splitter so I can be able to put this along with my Wi-Fi USB dongle on top of my Geo signer. I need 3 USBs. Only got 2 on. It might be, I don't know if it's a little potato or another one of the pods that came out of maybe one of the other helium devices, Syncrobit or something like that. I can't remember. I ain't had my hands on it lately. So I only have good things to say about Wingbits. They take more. Listen, I know Axie / Mike is in here, but I can't say nothing negative about Wingbits. And look, y'all know me. I've always said I can find something negative if I win $1 million in a lottery. I'm negative about that because I got to give half of it to Uncle Sam who don't deserve it. But I've always said in my videos, they run a very straight, clean Discord. You can't talk about other third parties, good or even bad. They don't allow people bashing. They don't allow bullying. They keep it all straight and they keep it real with you. And And I know a lot of us came from the other project that I earlier said I wasn't talk about, where they wouldn't dox themselves. Everything was hidden. Everything was constantly changing, the lies. And then a lot of us came because we already had these devices running DFly. And a lot of these people, a lot of us just came naturally from that shit. See, I'm not supposed to curse, so y'all can get me in trouble. A lot of us came from that project over to Wingbits because it was just a simple reprogram net card. And then you're like, oh my God, we made it to the promised land. This is paradise. When we weren't getting booted out of Discord because we disagreed with them. We went from a complete darkness to complete light. That's how opposite these projects were. I can't say nothing negative about it. Y'all know me. If y'all really wanted me to find something negative about Wingbits, you have to give me a couple of minutes. I'd have to really sit and think about it, which I can't think of anything right now. Maybe I should have been put high priority list number 1 for Geos. That's the only thing I could think of. But no, I can't complain at all about that. Hey, look, testnet tokens. I had somebody ask me again about testnet tokens, brought up comparing Soarchain to Wingbits. Soarchain gave a 1 to a 0.67, if I'm not mistaken, 0.67 ratio. So if you had 100,000 TSOAR tokens, testnet Soarchain tokens, you only got 67,000 real tokens split up with all these different things, you know, all these different time frames. Wingbits is given a 1-to-1. There's not, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not a lot of projects I know of, if any, that have given you 1-to-1 since day one of those tokens. Now, they're going to break them up so that people don't dump them all at one time. I believe, I hate to release something, but I'm pretty sure Robin has mentioned in the Discord that, I hope he did, they are looking at possibly tweaking that time frame a little bit, or maybe the tokens. Like, my issue was just that I got this, you know, I got percentage deals with hosts, and that those hosts that might only be getting 40 or even 50% of tokens from a low scoring device. And we told them, hey, when this goes to mainnet, you can get those tokens. And now we got to try to explain to them how a 12-month airdrop works. Some of them don't know nothing about crypto. That was kind of my only little beef I had with that. He's talking about possibly, you know, finagling those time frames a little bit. He mentioned that for fact in the Discord. So some of that might change, but either way, a 1-to-1. People like me, of course, like Axie, some of y'all have been in Wingbits for 18, 19 months now. So we got a pretty decent amount of tokens coming to us. And the fact that we're going to get 1-to-1 on that, even if it is spread out over 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, that's pretty darn good. So you can't say this project don't take care of you. That's one thing I got to say. Now, some people might not be upset the way the rewards are set up and people keep encroaching around you. I know I have a buddy that has been a fan of my channel since the DFly days, who reaches out to me on Discord PM, kind of complaining about another station got set up around him and his rewards just keep going down and down. And he was doing very good at one point. Now he's down to like 3 or 4 tokens, even though he has a very good setup, because I helped him with the setup over Discord. I can kind of understand it has to get tweaked a little bit, maybe, but I don't know. You know, Robin said they're still working on that. Axie's talked about the fact that they're working on that. And when you go to your Wingbits dashboard, it says right there in bold letters, you know, tokenomics are not finalized. And I think there was a discussion the other day in the Discord where somebody was asking them, you know, kind of when a token, when is that going to be finalized and that kind of stuff. And because he's trying to make host deals and he don't want to make host deals if it's going to change. And look, guys, I mean, it's on testnet. That's what they're trying to figure out. So, let me get rid of the scroller message. I think y'all know by now that. So, tell you what, I mean, Silencio, I ran Silencio hard. I've been running it hard. I'm trying to break above 500 in the Diamond League. And still got time to get into that. I got 80. I think I got 80 referrals right now. My goal is to get to 100. And if I get to 100, I'm going to give away crypto at the next live after I reach 100. So, hey, if y'all know anybody that wants to get in Silencio, they still have time to hit it hard and get an airdrop. You can get on Silencio, use my code, that kind of stuff like that. But Again, I don't want people to complain that I'm just shilling code. So there you go. What else? What else? Oh, and then I actually said you get a potential. See, I knew I was going to forget something, and I knew he was going to correct me. You also get a potential 20% bonus if your device stays online. 20% bonus to your airdrop, correct? Your airdrop of your testnet tokens. So if you're supposed to be getting, if your testnet tokens are split up to, I don't know, 20,000 tokens each month, if it stays online for that certain amount of time period, you get a 20% bonus to that airdrop as an incentive to keep it online. Because that's another good thing, and I don't want to make this just a kiss and butt video, but you have to bring this up. Unlike the previous project and some other projects, Wingbits has even come out and said that if for some reason some people move, some people get divorced and they got to live in their car, whatever, and you can't keep your Wingbits device online, you're still going to get your testnet tokens. Whatever you've made at this point over the last 6 months or a year, they're still airdropping you, even if your device goes offline. But as incentive to make sure it stays online, you get a potential 20% bonus for staying online. That's awesome. Like, there's nothing y'all can complain about there. Announcement from December 12 calls that out. Let's scroll up and find that. So, yeah, so he does kind of discuss it a little bit. Again, I'm just afraid that I'm gonna say something. Not that I get inside information. I've told you before, I've kind of squeezed them for inside information, and more of it's just a joke, really. But you know, total distribution. So, all right, we're going 50 minutes. Actually says, yeah, Wingbits thought it was fair because you earned them, you get them, even if you stop participating. I don't see why he would stop participating. Even like helium, I've told people like, I'm going to take my helium station down. Who you hurting? You just hurt. Yeah, but I mean, I'm getting 20 cents a day, but you're burning half a cent in electricity. You know, I kept my 17 of them online. I make $6 or $7 a day in helium. I convert it every day. Convert it to Solana, convert it to entropy, convert it to peak, convert it to something. Oh, that brings me up also while I'm talking about converting entropy and Solana and whatever. I've used Jupiter basically every time I've did those exchanges, even if it was because for a while I was also converting IoT into either mobile or IoT into HNT. Either way, I would still use Jupiter just in hope that they were doing another airdrop. Well, if you saw my short today, I have to thank the entropy guys for telling me this because again, I was in nature, touching grass the last 2 days. The guys in the entropy group that I'm in told me Jupiter has done another airdrop. Juperary is what it's called. So, for those who have used, now I know, and I can't exactly answer this question. In the first airdrop we got last year, I'm trying to find. I want to find the exact website for y'all so I can tell y'all. Jupiter, GUPERAY.jupe. I don't know. It's juperary.jupe.ag. You can go on there and check for your Jupe, for your airdrop. Last year, I wasn't expecting it at all. And I was in the Bit Harvest group and he told me, because I was using Jupe for a while then, and I got a huge airdrop, very good airdrop, worth a pretty good chunk of money. This time, even though I've been using Jupiter on a bunch of wallets almost every day, the airdrop wasn't that much, but from what I understand, and if anybody in here knows more about it, they can explain it, or you can Google it or look it up. This one was scored more also on, there's some kind of points you can build up, and there's staking that you could do through them. And if you were doing staking, I think it was, you got additional, I've seen online where people talking about they got like 1,000 or 500 maybe, something like that. I think I got 50, which 50 at the current price of Jupe, I think Jupe was like at 87 cents or something like that earlier. So you actually got 80 cents. So some people got, like me, got 50 cent or 50 Jupe. So 50 Jupe's $40. And I know on my phone, I was able to check 3 or 4 of my Solana wallets, because I got like 7 Phantom wallets. I keep telling you, every new project, I just create a new Phantom. Phantom's awesome. So 3 out of like my 7 Phantoms were able to get the airdrop of 50. So that right there is $120 if my college math I failed is correct. But I still have 3 or 4 more Solana wallets, including Exodus, that I also did some Jupiter stuff on desktop that I have not had a chance to check. So hey, if I can get 2 or 3 more of those and get $200. Now I'll tell you what my plan is. Again, not financial advice, but just tell you what my plan is to figure out how the hell you stake Jupiter. So next Jupuary, which should be next January, hopefully you get a little bit more because you're staking in Jupiter. Now, knowing Grumpy's luck, your stake Jupiter won't be a measuring stick, and it'll be something different. But again, just like I've told people, I haven't cashed out Soarchain, I haven't cashed out WeatherXM, I haven't cashed out GeoNet or anything like that. I'm not hurting. I'm trying to build this up before this bull cycle starts. So I'm going to try to stake all this Jupe. If I get 200, 300 Jupe between all my wallets, I'm staking it all, just like I did with Grass. With Grass, I'm staking it all through, you got to go through Grass website, but I'm staking it all through BitHarvest. They have a validator. Y'all know I'm tight with those guys with BitHarvest Studios. That's why I'm doing I lost count. I'm past 5 fingers. So this might be my 7th device that I'm gonna put on with them. But they have a validator for Grass, so I got it on Grass. I like staking. Several of y'all have talked to me before about staking. Y'all are into staking also. I have, Atom and ADA, Cardano and Solana all being staked on Exodus, Luna Classic. There's a couple different ones I got staked. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all know that really helps the channel out and everything like that. I appreciate it. I don't know. I got 2 or 3 people watching on TikTok. That has not taken off at all. But I also don't know how to do all the crazy graphics like the cool kids do. But I've also double streaming this along with TikTok, at least right now while it's still legal. I think that got punted. Biden punted that to Trump. Curious to see how that goes. Yes, this is a back scratcher. This is my 80. You know how like those kids nowadays get not nowadays, but used to get those little spinners for having, if you had ADD and ADHD in the classroom. This is my back scratch. This is my ADD thing. This is like, instead of me sitting here clicking this pen and bothering y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear the mic, this will be my thing. And I'll just even though my back's not itching, it's just my when the Adderall wears off, I can't sit here and press my buttons on my ham radio because that'll make too much noise and stuff. So this is just my Kronzar asks, would you suggest buying an outdoor helium miner? Thinking about it. Kronzar, my opinion is, if you really want to get into helium, if you're dead set on getting on the helium project, I would, and I don't know how much you're going to pay for that monitor. If it's one of those ones, last I checked on eBay, when I did one of my Monday videos, because somebody else asked me the same question. The outdoor miners were going, well, I don't know what the outdoor miners were going for. A Sense Cap was going for $125 used. When you're making, I don't even know what you're making a day on helium right now. It's got to be like 17 cents or 20 cents. It was going to take 450 days to see a ROI on that helium device. So if you really want to get into helium with the price being low right now, because the price was very low last time I checked. I think it was $4.75 or something like that. If you really want to get into helium, it's at $5, which when you look at what it was just a while back, I can't even see it because I screwed it up. When you look at what it was just a couple of weeks ago, let's try that now. Gotta love live. You know, it's down 12% in 7 days. It's down 37% in a month. It was at $8 not too long ago. And at one point, it was almost like $10. Here's $9 right here, $9.24 right here. My point is, if you really want to get into helium, I would just buy the token with your money. Because despite what some people on here are going to say, because I'm sure they're going to think I lost it and I was beating myself in the head with this thing. While I don't see helium going back up to $40 and $50 because they don't have that kind of hype, if it's at $5, it was at $10 not too long ago before this bull cycle starts. Plus with devices going back to paying out in helium, I can, not financial advice, I don't want nobody saying I'm giving out price predictions and stuff, but I can see helium going back to $20, $25. So whatever you're going to make, you could 5x your money, 6x your money maybe. I would do that before I go buy a helium device for $100-something. So let's see what Axe's got. Look at that. Just as a gift for y'all. If y'all all press the like button, I can show y'all exclusive image that I just anonymously received. So I guess technically I got beat out on an unboxing. So a lot of people had questions about this cable. Here is your pictures of this cable. There's a lot of people. There's probably more questions about the cable than anything else with this with this. Let me try to fix this real quick. I'm trying to make it a little bit bigger for y'all. All right, how about that? Can y'all see that a little bit better now? So here we go. Here's your unboxing video. You have your cable right here. The reason I'm going to just hit on this cable because there have been a lot of discussion and worried people for some reason about this universal cable, all-in-one cable. People were you know, pretending like they were grumpy and complaining about it and that kind of stuff like that. Here is, and unfortunately, hold on. How do I get rid of, I don't know nothing about TikTok and how am I supposed to get rid of a very offensive message on TikTok? Somebody using a word they should not be using. So anyway, I'm sorry. That was bad. So here is your exclusive Wingbits. This is your cable. A lot of people complain about the cable or just didn't know about the cable, want to know why they went with an all-in-one type cable. What was it going to look like? How is it going to get network? How is it going to get power and that kind of stuff like that? Now you have it. Here it is. Here's the video of it. And this is your, I call it the pancake waffle maker looking thing right here. Here are your antennas and you know, this is how I started this channel 2 years ago is, Grumpy's testing this antenna out. I can tell you that right now. I can look at it I could look at that antenna and get nightmares. But I have faith in these guys. I have faith. Mike / Axe, whatever, you know, he wants to go by this week. Me and him have had a lot of discussions in the last 12, 14, 16 months about antennas. And so he knows how anal I am about my antennas. I've did a lot of antenna testing, and I have faith that this antenna will be worthwhile. But they've also said, and they've come out and said that, you know, they'll have adapters on this, or I think he said the antenna won't even need the adapter, but you'll have this, you know, your antenna here for your device, which normally would screw here, but you can put an extension cable if you want to get this antenna higher, or swap out the antenna. So, you know, but depending on how good it performs, you might not need that. You know, it's, I'm not going to go, you know, talk bad about it just yet. I want to get this in my hands and test it out. But this cable right here is what a lot of people, you have the one connector on it that's going to go to the back of this device. So you just have to worry about one. You don't have to worry about a power wire and a network wire or anything like that. It's all in one wire. Actually can answer. Can this do PoE strictly? Like if you plug this, the Cat 6 Ethernet connector, whatever you want to call it, network connector, if you plug this into a switch, will you get PoE? Yeah, I see that this does have a 90-degree connector on it, so that you don't have to worry about it coming straight out. It's going to have this 90-degree connector that, you know, I guess this will be like the round part, what you want to call it. It'll go on the side and come straight down, so you won't have that sticking out. But I'm curious if this is going to be PoE, so in case you don't have a place for a plug, or if it might need more voltage than, say, a PoE can provide. I'm just curious. You know, I don't know. If you get a PoE converter, you can't use it directly as PoE. So actually it's saying that that's a 3 dBi with TNC connector. Okay, so it's a TNC connector, so these one screw on one, like almost like a BNC, but TNC. We've had some good results with 3 dBi. I've told people who came from Helium wanted the higher dBis. You know, I run those layered, I call them the King of Kings, layered 8 point something dBi antennas with layered for Helium on all my Helium devices, and they actually are too good, because now with one of the newer hips, half of my witnesses are no good now because of how far it's connecting. So that was higher dBis, and we did testing again with the previous project and Wingbits, that those high dBi antennas are not as good. You know, I'm using a 5.5 dBi. I have a buddy who didn't listen to me and went and bought the 12, and his device is on top of his ham tower, 40, 50 feet up, and his results were horrid compared to mine. Now he wasn't like 10 to 12. I mean, he was still getting 100, but on his second station that he set up, when he get the antenna that Grumpy told him, the 5.5, he's also getting 200 with that one. So with a similar type of setup. So we found that the lower the dB, the better they have been performing. So I'm curious to get this 3 dBi in my hand and play with it and test it. So Kronzer wants to know, can we set it up with Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi is fine. So it is Wi-Fi capable. And I basically have that same, you know, kind of attitude is, if I have the choice and I can run a network cable to it, I can tell you I'm running network cable, Cat 5, Cat 6, Ethernet, whatever you want to call it. But on 2 of the roofs that I'm on, 2 out of the 3 building roofs I'm on, there's no Cat 5 nowhere around there. It's Wi-Fi. There's a Wi-Fi access point for a guest network on the top, and the guy's like, that's where your internet is. Here's the Wi-Fi name and password. What you gonna do? But, you know, where I am running Ethernet. I find that they are a little bit more reliable. But some people have to run Wi-Fi. I'm glad that this will allow Wi-Fi, because it'd be a game killer if it didn't. So that's a cool thing. And the Wi-Fi is 2.4 and 5 gigahertz on them, not just 2.4 gigahertz. So that's cool too, because sometimes these devices come with either or. I can tell you right now, on my Wi-Fi, I run 2.4 because these things, unless something changed, these things don't need that great speed like 5 is. And we know 2.4 Wi-Fi will penetrate better. So, you know, especially if you got to go through walls and a roof, if your router is in here in this room and this thing's on top of your roof, you're probably going to want 2.4 to penetrate a little bit better. And depending on, like me, I 100 meg download speed. I'm sorry, 1 gig download speed. With a 2.4, you're still getting very good results. So 2.4, but hey, 5's there. There are some people who don't know really how to set up routers. And when the cable company comes and sets their router up, they're automatically putting on 5G because of Xboxes and because of your TVs and stuff like that, running Netflix and different things like that, smart TVs. They're running 5 just so they don't have to deal with the problems of people complaining with 2.4 being too slow or something. So I'm glad that this does have the option to run both in case you have a router that's only pushing 5. Right now, I'm looking at Wi-Fi 7 routers, and I need to get a Wi-Fi 7. I have one on order right now coming. The Wi-Fi 7, 2.5 gigabyte WAN port. That's got to go as the mobile, as the modem, which I need 2.5 on that out to go into a new 2.5 in WAN port on a router with a 2.5 LAN port to go to my new grumpy bat computer right here. I want all that to be in 2.5 so I have that overhead. And my point I'm getting at is Wi-Fi 7 stupid expensive. Stupid. But I guess, you know, not that you're ever going to use anything that fast, because I have this on Ethernet. I went in my attic and got my fat butt up in the attic and about caught 2 strokes and pulled 7 muscles I didn't know I had to run Cat 5, Cat 6 to this. So that's that. 21 people, make sure you hit the like button. So 2.4 travels further. It penetrates better in walls. Absolutely. But you do have a little bit of a speed difference with 2.4 versus 5. And if you can get Wi-Fi 6, not that the Wingbits device will handle it, but just so you personally know, newer iPhones with Wi-Fi 6. My new motherboard on this computer I just built is Wi-Fi 7. They are using wider channels, which in theory sounds great because you're packing everything now into a 100 meg channel. I don't know what Wi-Fi 7 is, but Wi-Fi 6 is a 100 meg channel, and it's killing us because of increased noise. And I know I'm losing a lot of y'all, but it just goes to show you that, you know, you fix one problem with speed and you're doubling up and you're making bigger channels, but now you have more noise that's out there because, yeah, I'm losing you. I know I don't lose all y'all. So thank you for Axie and for providing that. I'm guessing this is the little mounting rod right here. Man, I sure wish I had my station at my house that I could do an unboxing video. Must be nice to be in the special club, dude. But what else? Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about before we go? Oh, so I was asked to show a picture of my junk, and I made a joke earlier that the last time I showed a picture of my junk, somebody called 911, and I said it's because I took a picture of my garage and people thought I was on an episode of Hoarders. But, you know, I keep telling my wife, I have 2 different boxes of wires, every type of connector for any kind of antenna or sound input, output, anything like that. That in case of an apocalypse, I guarantee I got the wire somewhere in these boxes. And, you know, I'm going to take a picture of my junk, and I'm planning on joining the Junk Coin project. Y'all know I have these 2 ESP devices right here. One was an extra one because I ordered a 3-pack from Amazon using my link below. So I had one left over, and I have formerly known as Flex Time. One hint I will give y'all for those people who are still listening: when you're buying these 3-packs, I never thought I'd be doing anything more than more than entropy, as I call it, entropy. Then I got a second cred for entropy. Then I got into useless brick. Then I got into Irwin. Then at one point I got into Flex Time. Then I got another cred from entropy. And next thing you know is I literally have a USB hub behind me plugged in with like 4 or 5 of these devices plugged into them. Is when you get PO'd at Flex Time and you want to yank it and you look at them and they all look identical. I had to sit here. Then I have to risk that I'm going to lose my ranking with entropy because I don't want to be offline during a challenge because it tells you how many consecutive challenges you had in a row. When I did a LAN check, scan IPs, one of them, I think the Irwin one might have said Irwin, but when you looked at it, you still didn't know which one it was. My point I'm getting at is try to label these somehow. You know, it has the nice little silver part right here. So I sat here and figured it out exactly which one it is. So as you're installing them, when I eventually get junk installed, I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow because it's Friday. Can't work on Friday. Can't work hard. But anyway, it's gonna say junk on it. So when I plug this in, I also make sure that when my router finds it, I go into my router LAN table, figure out which one this is now, and I name it in my router, which I've did for the other projects. You know, entropy 1, entropy 2, junk, brick, Irwin. I'm gonna label it and reserve that IP. So this always has the same IP, and it's gonna say junk on it. So in case I ever have to do anything with it, or in case it's not working, I know which one to mess with. You know, if anybody's here that's still messing with Flex Time, I apologize, but I've lost complete faith in that project, faith in them. I'm sure they'll get their act together, but I still have many, many questions on how that went down with supposedly sending the wrong person all of the Flex tokens, and yet he was sitting there ready for him to cash them out within seconds because he didn't hack it. He was accidentally sent the tokens, even though we didn't know when those tokens were going to be distributed every day because they got distributed at different times. That guy didn't know. We didn't know when they were getting dumped, but he was sitting there ready for him before anything get done. He sells them all as Solana, and then 2 or 3 hours later, Crank's there saying they're going to save him. Yeah, right. You know, but they say they're coming. Version 2's coming. That's been since beginning of middle of November. So I'm done with the Flex thing. I wish them luck. I have no ill against them. I might have lost $30 because I was also buying. I had faith in that. You know, the other ESP32 projects previous to that were doing good. So hey, here's another one. So I took $20 of IoT that I had. I wasn't using my own money, and I bought 25, then another 10 of Flex, and now it's worth 0.00. Then somebody had put a little bit of liquidity into Flex for some reason, and then the Flex people are saying don't sell it. Why would you reuse that token when you know what happened to it? That was another that came up 2 or 3 days ago. I'm like, they're telling people don't sell the token even though there's liquidity. Why would you reuse the token when you sent all of them to somebody? Come on, like anyway. Label a USB cord or plug go into the ESP32. Well, the thing about it is all my cables, all my plugs for my USB extension to this are all like less than a foot long, and they're black. So, but it's shiny enough on there that I can sit there and mark it with ESP or Irwin or ENT1, ENT2, and they all hook up Wi-Fi. So I don't need to have this USB plugged into anything on the USB hub. It works out now. It just took me a couple hours to sit here and figure it all out. Who faulted Talking Flex? They're saying they might reimburse those tokens. Well, I mean, I still got Flex tokens. I didn't sell all of them, but I think I got $20 back out of the 30 I spent, just so I can say I got something. And I think I know I rolled it into something else. I don't cash out stuff. Like, I might roll in from one token to another token. You know, actually, to be honest with y'all, I probably use that as part of one of my buy orders I have right now for entropy the next time somebody cheats. And the problem is nobody's been cheating, so I need somebody to go wreck the price, wreck the price, so I can go buy it, entropy at a good price, and bounce that back up. Yeah, who fought it? Again, like I'm just when things start getting fishy like that, there's just too many other projects to get into. You know, that's one reason why I almost missed out on junk, because after what happened with Flex, I'm like, maybe we're getting too crazy with a new ESP project every week, and it was unfair that I didn't give junk a chance because of what Flex Time did. And then I made a joke that I was making a new project called Lint Coin, and the only way you can get into my Lint EOT project is by sending me a picture of your lint from your pocket. But it can't be lint from your belly button, and it can't be lint from your couch. It has to be lint from your pocket as a joke. And then I had all disclosure. I had somebody from the actual junk coin team reach out to me and say, "Hey, I heard you weren't getting junk. Is there any reason why? Is there anything that you think hey, we know you're in some ESP projects. Is there something wrong that we're doing that you would like to give a suggestion?" I'm like, no, to be honest, I don't know anything about y'all. It's just Flex Time pissed me off. And they've been really cool about it. They said, no problem, come, join the Discord. And today I joined the Discord and asked them if they wanted to pick up my junk. And nobody called the police. It's great. So, I mean, I don't mind sending them, if they want a picture of that box of junk I got in the garage that my wife screams at me about, unless she threw it away while I was hunting. And I hope she didn't, because one day I'm going to need that wire that I've had saved from my old Atari. God, I bet I just aged myself. From my old Atari from 1984. I'm going to need that cable one day. And she threw it away. And God forbid, I can't take a picture of that junk. Send it in. I don't mind participating and sending pictures in. Hoarders drive Lambos. Told y'all, Grumpy ain't buying no Lambo. I got in that argument with that guy on the Soarchain. You've never heard me say, buy this coin for Lambo, because Grumpy's too fat to fit in a Lambo. I can fall in a Lambo. God forbid trying to get my butt out. New year, new me. I keep saying I'm joining the gym again. Been about 6 months since I've seen the inside of a gym. And I think me going to the gym for the last, I don't know, since I sound like Al Bundy, since high school football, which I know I'm dating myself, but I've been going to the gym since probably 8th and 9th grade. Hard going to the gym. So what's that? Oh, Jesus. What's that? 30 years, 30, 34, 35 years. Oh God, y'all gonna make me drink. But I think me going to the gym all that time is what put more wear and tear in my body. You're supposed to be going to the gym to make yourself be in shape for all these years. I think I just did too much weight, always trying to pack on muscle. At one time I was even contemplating getting a bodybuilding. I had somebody wanting to train me for that. And I think I did more damage to my joints and shoulders and rotator cuff and knees and stuff like that. But I keep saying, I'm going back to the gym. New year, new me. But then I'm like, I got to go make YouTube videos. And then you get one of them things you see on TikTok or something like that, where at your desk you can put the little pedals and I can sit here and make YouTube videos while I pedal. Junksters are called hoarders. Hey man, let me tell you, if I get a Lambo boat, I keep telling y'all, Grumpy ain't buying a Lambo, but I will have a boat one day. Now, it might be a little flat boat, canoe, or what they call Louisiana, they call it pirogue. It might be a fishing boat. I will have a fishing boat that on the side it says, crypto is a scam on one side, and on the other side it's going to say Bitcoin is a Ponzi. Because all these old timers that are older than me, whenever you try to talk to them about crypto, crypto's a scam. Y'all don't understand crypto is for terrorists and crypto is for drug dealers. Tell you, we just had a big drug dealer. I saw it on Facebook. What's he got? He ain't got stacks of USB drives with crypto on it. He got stacks of cash. But drug dealers use crypto. Come on, man. But that's what I have. I'm not gonna have a Lambo. I'm gonna have a boat one day. And that's what's gonna have on the side of it. So when I'm driving and I'm going fishing or I'm cruising around, all these old timers can see that I bought my boat with crypto. And I'm gonna put a big Wingbits symbol on the side of it because Wingbits paid for it for me. I know Axie hates when I say that. I keep saying I'm gonna throw a party. I'm gonna throw a party when Wingbits goes live. I'm throwing a party. I'm gonna have dancing people and streamers and party hats on. And he keeps trying to tell me, tame it down, calm down. We don't know what kind of reward you're gonna get. We don't know the token price. We don't want people thinking that they're gonna go get rich off. We tone it down. We don't. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I think when you have a good fundamental run project with people who are honest, putting their face out there, who are doing this kind of testing or make sure HiFix does this testing, make sure they're not putting a crap product out there. We know already they have buying customers. They've stated that. How can you not be excited for a project that does that? Now, again, I don't know the answer, but hopefully they don't take a tip from Soarchain on how to do a token release, because that thing's got more flags than the football game I watched on Sunday. And yet, yeah, we can figure that out in February. That was what they said in their Discord. People ask them, y'all on 2 no-name exchanges. Are y'all working on any more CEX or DEXs? Nope, that's not our priority right now. We're just working on other stuff. The one thing, I hate to even say it, but the one thing a former project person once said is that there are people in DPIN who don't understand crypto and crypto people who don't understand DPIN. And it's hard to find somebody. You have these people come from corporate or bigger companies that try to want to be involved with crypto, and they coming out with some DPIN project but don't understand crypto. And that's what Soarchain kind of feels like right now. They got this project and they're completely fumbling the ball in the tokenomics side of everything. Where at least Robin from Wingbits told me they're paying a guy a pretty good salary strictly to figure out, and if Axie's still here, he can verify this, if I'm saying it wrong. But Robin explained to me that they're concerned with both sides. And again, this is why I feel good about that project. They have a guy who strictly his only job is to figure out this tokenomics side of it to make sure it's all done correctly. And looking at rewards and looking at models of, if we do this tokenomics, how is it going to work over 1 year, 5 years, 3 years, whatever like that? And that has to make you excited, at least it does me, because they're not going out there like a DeFi, like a Soarchain and saying, yeah, we're finally doing a token release. Or like Chirp, when everybody's asking about TGE, and they're like, yeah, we did TGE weeks ago. No, you didn't, because you're not on mainnet, you're not on any exchanges. They just had an announcement also. I saw that they're finally coming out with something. Chirp announcements for those who are in Chirp. I guess we'll talk about Chirp real quick before we cut out. For those who are in Chirp, look, I was very, very hyped up on Chirp. Felt really good about the project. I even contacted them about doing a video on them, some kind of exclusive type video with them, talk, AMA type thing. And it seems like right now all they're worried about is this game that they put out. But Chirp will get listed with Gate.io January 20th with Chirp as the pair at 1400 UTC. I don't know. Can people in the United States even hit Gate.io? So to me, all they've been worried about is this Cage project. If there's anybody that knows the answer to this question, you can help Grumpy out, is I have a buddy who has because you can only put these on Android phones, which I think is the stupidest thing in the world. 52% of the smartphone market in the United States is iPhone. And don't get me wrong, I'm not stupid. Not 50% of those people are gonna put Chirp on their project on their phone, but you still are excluding half of the smartphone owners. And then they're trying to make this excuse that Apple wouldn't approve it, but they didn't even try to get approved. They just assumed it. And the excuse they give why they thought that is wrong because they got other projects doing it. But anyway, I digress. I have a buddy who wants to give me a Android phone because he upgraded recently to a new one. His is not that old. But I'm wondering, will Cage work if I only run it like with Wi-Fi, kind of like what I do with my old iPhone that runs Natix. I just have that tethered to a device in my vehicle. I'm planning on doing the same thing with this phone. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but so, Chirp's supposed to be going finally for those who are in Chirp. I'm sure with this happening, they'll be selling devices again, because that's what they said is, they sold one allotment of devices, had to be at least 6-8 months ago, and they weren't going to sell anymore, which you have to give them credit for. They're not out here pushing devices when that side of the network's not ready, so you have to give them some credit for that. They told me that they weren't going to start selling devices again until they got close to, or until they started this mainnet and token listing. So now I'm wondering if they're going to come out for $800 devices again. I told y'all in the past, I was really, really, really willing to buy another one of these to put on a building top somewhere. I have to see them more. I got to see more about the network. I was all on board until I saw them strictly concentrating on apps. They did one in August and kept saying that they were going mainnet soon. And then now they got this Cage thing and they're talking about soon. Show me what the network's about, because I'm starting to lose a little faith. Oh. Who farted? You must be losing your mind. If I was going to do a GoFundMe for a Wingbits party, make it big. I'm getting attacked now in Discords for shilling Amazon links that I always joke in my videos that you clicking on my Amazon link helps send 37 cents to a needy family. My needy family. 37 cents. I don't think I even make that much when y'all click my links, depending on what y'all buy. I don't even know if I even have Amazon links anymore. I had Amazon links when we were doing the do-yourself device, whatever you want to bring your own device, whatever you want to call it, for Wingbits, because I was showing everybody what little potatoes or pies to buy, what antennas to get, what SDRs to get. By the way, let y'all know, I had another green SDR fail. I had to get this one. I got to get one from another one from Amazon, a blue one. I had another green. The greens work great. They're the best performing ones when they work. But you get a strong lightning thunderstorm through here. I think I've lost 5 in the last 12 months. I think 5. Because I think I was at 4 when I kept telling you before. I lost count because it's been so many months. But I know for a fact, because I can remember the 3 stations that I had 3 that failed, and now this one. But I want to say I was at 4 at one point. But I had links for this kind of stuff for Amazon, and I made 37 cents. It wasn't much at all. But, people think because you're doing that, I'm only doing this for YouTube clicks and stuff like that. It's idiotic. Get the Android and get a code. Big points for referrals. I'm all about referrals. That's what that guy in Soarchain said. Look, 619. I got green still out there. Like I said, I got 14. I have 14 devices. My sister's got 2 or 3. My other buddy Jason's got 3, but he kept one offline too long, so it's probably gone because he was supposed to be moving. So I told him, dude, don't unplug your girlfriend's device until y'all get moved, whatever like that. He didn't listen. So I don't even think his is on the dashboard anymore. That's on him. I warned him. I told him. I got my other buddy, Jason, that I work with. That's the guy I talk about how he sits next to me at work, and basically anything I'm in, I tell him get in. And my buddies from Sliding the Walls. Basically, at that, when they were buying all their stuff, when I gave them the list, they all had green SDRs because that's at the time when I was building stations with. Not going. I just lost everything. Am I still here? Okay. Everything in the house just went dark. Guess we're losing power from the snowstorm already. But my point I was getting at is all those people that I just listed, they all have green SDRs. Knock on wood, because I don't want nobody to call me tomorrow, because I'm the one that has to go deal with it. They haven't had any failures. But almost all of their stations are inside, and they just have a little antenna wire running outside for the antenna. The stations I'm talking about, mine are in outdoor enclosures, either fiberglass or ABS plastic, whatever they are, like I did a video on. So maybe that makes them more susceptible to the electric, the little light still comes on. I just think it's electric discharge, and I still lose them. I don't know. Oh, I keep catching a cramp. But I still find that when they work very well until they don't. I find that the metal blue ones are the least out of the three. Now, I mean, I still get them. I still get 200 planes with them. I find the plastic ones from FlightAware, is that what it is? The plastic one from FlightAware is better than this one, but this one gets here in 2 days from Amazon, and I'm lazy and I'm ready to get it swapped out now. So I just buy this one. No. For who farted, you still need an SDR. You're going to have two different things plugged in now. You're going to have this to receive the airplane traffic, the little aircraft signals, the ADS-B signals, transmissions, or whatever like that. The geosigner is strictly for GPS to prove that if I have this station on Main Street, 200 Main Street, the GPS proves I really have this at 200 Main Street. That I'm not spoofing the location because, hey, somebody was in my hex and I want to install this. So I'm just going to say it's, 3 blocks away from my house because that hex is open. Now again, I don't know if Axie's still here. I don't know. I've never really heard him, and like y'all did, y'all might. I don't know what the tolerance is for those GPSs because depending on how much, some of my first stations I put up, I didn't go out 5 or 6 decimals on the GPS. I put maybe, because I was lazy, I put maybe the first 3 GPS numbers in there, and I was lazy and didn't type the other 2 or 3 that came after that. So I don't know. So my point is, when you put that in there, technically it's putting a 0 behind it. So that is going to be off a little bit. Not much, maybe like 1 street over or the other side of your yard. I don't know what the tolerance is going to be on that GPS, but we all know that, I hate to accuse anybody. I'm sure there's nobody gaming Wingbits, but I'm sure there's going to be somebody who maybe just accidentally typed the wrong GPS in their setup, and maybe geosigners fix it. So 619, don't troll me. Dude, if there's anybody who knows more about Wingbits, you've been in Wingbits for a long time, brother. Just like there's 2 or 3 of us that have been in Wingbits for a while. Plus 120, was it 120 dBm? You, me, bunch of us. You know some of these answers. You don't care about your pin on map location is. You just have to be in the location you claimed. So we'll see how that works out. Like I said, my issue is just that I know I didn't go out 5, 6, 7 decimals on my GPS because I was lazy. And I'm curious, but I'm sure it'll get flagged and I just have to go fix it because it is where it is. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, there's only ladies here. I appreciate everybody who's come by. We are an hour and a half into this, and like I said, I've been up since about 4:00, 4:30 this morning, and going to enjoy nature because about the only thing I did was watch birds. Didn't see anything else. Make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it. Hunting season's pretty much wrapping up. Probably this weekend's my last weekend to go hunt because I have family event to take. No, actually, the last weekend in January. What is that? The 25th. The 25th, I go to Slidell and pick up my fantasy football Super Bowl winner trophy. I already got my money. I bought crypto with it. Like a lot of y'all. I wanted to buy a Nubula weather station with my crypto. I won about, because I also got division champs and highest points. If anybody knows anything about fantasy football, and I got that money, and I was dead set on buying a Nubula device so I can have another weather station so I can bring y'all updates and stuff. And look, I know there's some people who have had no problems with them, but the amount of people who are saying they have to take them halfway apart to reset them. And then you have people coming out with YouTube videos showing you how to take it apart to reset, because the reset button is in the housing. You got to take the housing off to get the reset button. But then you got Nubla telling people, please don't take them apart. They're going to send out an update or something to try to not crash as often. And then you still have people, more and more people talking about in there about it. I'm like, nope, I'm not dealing with that. I want to install something and I ain't going to have to touch it. Other than maybe a power recycle every now and then. I ain't dealing with that. So I just took it and I bought crypto with it. My usual Solanas, Vet, AVAX, Peak, that kind of stuff like that. Entropy. And that's what I did with mine. But yeah, next Saturday is going to be, I'm getting my trophy. I'll show it off to y'all. Hunting season will be over with. And I'll be back to shilling more YouTube videos in the Discords, in the Twitters. Make sure everybody's joined my Twitter X and stuff like that. I'll be working tomorrow on getting this set up with Junk Coin. I still want to do, even though I know y'all are making fun of me and blasting me on it, but I've had several people ask me this. Setting this up with as a solo Bitcoin miner. I know there's gonna be no hash to it, and I know one person set up a device like this early last year and somehow got 1 Bitcoin from it. So now everybody wants to do it. And you have a better chance of winning the lottery while getting struck with lightning, while Dolly Parton is hanging on your side. You have more chances of all that happening than you getting a Bitcoin solo with one of these. But it's a fun finagling type project, which a lot of us are into, just for the hell of it. What's it hurt? Again, you buy 3 of these for $18 on Amazon. They're coming in 2 or 3 days. And what's cool about them is, just like the one of these, just like this was with Flex Time, at one point you programmed with it, it ain't nothing to put another program on it. So you can reuse it. I can make this a Bitcoin solo miner, and then when the next ESPN, yeah, 5 or 6 ESP device comes, a project comes, I can put that on it. So 619 said, but there's a chance. That's right. There's a chance. Especially with, they talk about, Trump's goal with this reserve is he wants Bitcoin up to 150,000 within, what he said, 6 months. Dude, you got a lot more stuff to fix in this country than Bitcoin. But anyway, look, that's one mistake I made, is I did not buy any Bitcoin at all in the bear market. I was too busy loading up on all this other stuff. And I am now FOMO. I'll admit that I am now FOMOing into some Bitcoin. $20 here, $20 there, $20 here. What happens is when I get paid, I usually take $100 and I buy 4 different tokens for $25. 9 times out of 10, It's the usual, you know, Solana, Cardano, VET, AVAX, and sometimes I mix one of those up to something else. And lately, Bitcoin's one of them, because I just look at it as I want a little bit of, when people ask me, oh, you got crypto? How much Bitcoin you got? And I would say none. I look like an idiot. So, hey, if Bitcoin ever goes up to $1 million, like they said, within 5-6 years, them little $25 purchases will build up. But, you know, we'll see. But there's a chance. So you let me solo mine one Bitcoin. Yeah. Y'all thought I'm having a party for Wingbits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button. Next Thursday, I should be back to my normal bat time at 7 p.m. Central Time. But hey, you know, I appreciate everybody who's come in and participated. You know, that's what I like about this live is y'all asking questions, y'all talking about stuff during the live that normally y'all would have to PM me and stuff like that on, and throw ideas back and forth and different things like that. Wait, he was using a bit axe. Really? Let's see what I was emailed. Oh, bit axe. 32 miner. Oh well. Guess I'm not getting my boat after all. Trying to find an email. Anyway, I know y'all falling asleep on me now, but I want to find this email. There's some files. Nerd Miner. I was told you messing with Nerd Miner, which is a software you get from GitHub. If y'all know anything about Nerd Miner. I got the email right here. Solo Bitcoin mining to somebody. Just so you don't think I'm lying and making it up. But hey, who knows? If you want a good one, you can mine Veros better than the sell hasher on them. That you can make money. Hey man, I hear junk coin is doing very well. I'm very curious. When I brought up junk coin the other day, I said I wasn't interested. Somebody on here threw out some numbers that seem, and I don't want to throw out the numbers right now because I don't remember. But you know, I hate throwing out numbers just because, you know, I get attacked for it. So I'm very curious to see what that is. But I will tell y'all right now, 22, 25, I'm making somewhere between, depending on what the price fluctuates, I'm making somewhere between $22 to $25 a day in entropy. Again, and my second one is burning that every day. And when I look at how much I've burned so far, a couple of $1,000, I think I'm losing my mind, but hey, it is what it is. So some of these ESP32 projects are doing very well, especially with entropy buying the whale thing. It's been a long day. I can't think. The whale mixer. Anyway, I'm done. It's been a long day. I'm probably too tired to even play Call of Duty tonight. Again, I thank y'all, everybody who supported me, especially with that last video, with everything that went on. The people who went into Soarchain and defended me, I appreciate it. I didn't really want to spill over anymore there. The mods were really cool with it. And I kind of just quit discussing it. One guy in there who pretends to be in charge of the project, who's not even involved with them. There's a lot of people who are irritated by the dude. And You know, he has no problem with what's going on with Soarchain, but yet he's got a fleet of vehicles, so there's always something running constantly. Of course, he's not worried about him. The other dude was just a troll, and as soon as he said, you know, how I have the gall to attack DFly, dude, you laid your cards out right there. But I didn't want it to spill. I wanted it to be over with, and I didn't really, you know, I had some people saying they were going to go in there and defend me. I'm like, just let it go. I didn't want that to spill into Soarchain. People attacking me personally. It's not fair to those guys and stuff like that. But for those people who defended me on Twitter and on the YouTube videos, I really do appreciate you. Have no much, because I've always told y'all, I do not want to be labeled like some of these other YouTubers. You know, certain YouTubers who swear you're going to get rich with this project, certain YouTubers that telling you to buy this cheap crap coin while they're slowly, secretly selling it in the back. When they're telling you that's the issue. They're telling you they're not selling it and they really are selling it. I don't want to be compared to that. That's not what I'm here for. And I appreciate those people supporting me with that. So with that, I'm done. And I appreciate everything. J Styles says Nerdmonitor is like a bit actually us hash chip. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Necro. The Catalina whale mixer. I appreciate it. And I knew that. I'm horrible with names. Like when I have to think of a name right now, it's horrible. But I bet I've told 10 people about the Catalina whale mixer in the last week. That's just how I am. That's an old age and being tired all the time, running all these different projects and YouTubes and side businesses and real jobs and stuff. But again, thank you all for everything. And I'll be doing some videos, hopefully I'm gonna do a video strictly on the Wingbits update for the people who didn't see it in the live. I'm gonna do a Wingbits update on Junk Coin. I'm gonna do a YouTube video on Junk Coin, a YouTube video on Wingbits. So I got that planned for this weekend. I'm gonna see what else is going on. If it snows, maybe I'll do a video on that because we never see snow down here. So see y'all later. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate it. Pow pow says Sidewinger. Yeah, pow pow. It's all the whole entropy and the Catalina whale mixer thing. That's a big deal. Big deal. Catalina whale mixer is a big deal. I'm sorry I messed up on the name, but that is a big deal. That entropy bought that, and entropy's got some big things coming up. So if you haven't tried to get into it, check the Discord, check justentropy.lol. So I appreciate it, and see y'all on the next video.